And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the FA Cup quarter-final predictions video. We have, of course, got 4 FA Cup quarter-finals taking place, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday this weekend. Now, if you are here for my Europa League and Europa Conference League predictions, that video was posted yesterday morning, and you can check that out down the bottom or on the previous videos page on my channel. But like I say, today we're here to talk about the FA Cup quarter-finals. We are then going to do our Premier League predictions for this weekend in tomorrow's morning's video. So if you haven't done so already, please do consider subscribing to the channel, because we will also have lots of international content coming up for you over the next couple of weeks. And don't forget to drop a like on this video if you do enjoy my prediction series. But let's just get straight into it. There are 4 massive games in the FA Cup this weekend, with a place at Wembley on the line in all 4. And we start off with the early game on Saturday between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Coventry City. Let's be honest, I think even though Coventry have played very, very well in recent weeks, especially in the Championship, it really is a game that Wolves have to win, to be honest with you. I mean, with the greatest of respect to Coventry, this was the draw that everybody wanted. Coventry at home. They are the lowest ranked side left in the competition. They are a mid-table Championship side, and for any of the remaining Premier League sides, or Leicester, who of course are top of the Championship, to draw the lowest ranked side at home is the absolute dream draw. So it would be an absolute wasted opportunity if you are Wolves if they do not win this game. But let's give Coventry their due. Like I said, they've been playing very, very well recently. Their striker Ellis Sims, of course, playing fantastically, scoring a lot of goals in recent weeks as well. And let's not forget that Wolves have sadly just lost Pedro Neto to yet another hamstring injury. So their most important player is going to be missing, and obviously they're still missing Mateus Cunha. But even with that said, they still have a lot of attacking talent, and I just think the way that they organise themselves defensively as well, Gary O'Neill is not going to want to miss this opportunity. I think it's going to be a tight game. I don't think Wolves are going to absolutely blow Coventry away, because let's be honest, Wolves haven't been at their absolute best in recent weeks either, but they've still been grinding out results. So I'm going to go for 2-1 to Wolves. I still think Coventry can get themselves a goal. If they get the first goal in the game, could be an interesting one. But ultimately, in the end, I think we're all going to expect to see Wolves progress to the semi-finals. The second game on Saturday sees Manchester City taking on Newcastle United. And obviously Manchester City are going to be out for revenge, because Newcastle were the ones that dumped them out of the League Cup earlier this season. That game, of course, was at St James's Park. This one is at the Etihad. But in the 3 matches that these sides have played this season, it's only been 1 goal separating them in all 3. 1-0 to Newcastle in the Cup, 1-0 to City at home in the league, and 3-2 to City at St James's in the league. So, could be an interesting one. Obviously, we all know about Newcastle's injury situations, but they're starting to get players back, but they're also now starting to lose more, with the likes of Trippier and Anthony Gordon now looking like they're going to miss this game and the international break. Manchester City, as we know, have everyone fully fit. However, despite having everyone fully fit, weren't able to get the win at Anfield last weekend, despite Liverpool playing half kids, half first team. So who knows? Manchester City might not quite be as fully at it as we might think. That said, they are unbeaten in 24 matches and have won 21 of them. So I think with everything put together, I think I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Manchester City. I think that's about right. Like I say, Newcastle will make it competitive, but again, Pep Guardiola not going to want to miss the opportunity to get to another semi-final and another trip to Wembley. So I am going to go for that Manchester City win. On to Sunday, we start with Chelsea taking on Leicester. As we spoke about a minute ago, Leicester, of course, the top of the Championship. Absolutely flying in terms of league position and points accumulated. However, in the last few weeks, they have started to drop off a little bit. They've lost Ricardo Pereira in defence. He has been a massive asset for them going forward this season. But, like I say, the points have not quite been there recently. And Chelsea, as we know, have been playing some very exciting matches recently. Have a lot of 2-2s and 3-2s. So expect this one to be entertaining. Expect Leicester to absolutely go for it. They don't tend to sit back in any matches that I've seen of them in the Championship this season. They're going to want to go for it. Chelsea, obviously, as we know, are going to want to avenge their League Cup final defeat, and the best way of doing that is to get to the FA Cup final, and the best way to do that is to get to the FA Cup semi-final. So I think this is going to be an interesting one. I think this could be a very exciting game. Like I say, Leicester basically are still a Premier League team anyway, to the extent that they're actually being investigated for their own financial fair play situation at the moment, which could see them start next season with a points deduction, whether they're in the Premier League or still in the Championship. They may even get rejected promotion to the Premier League due to these financial constraints. So that's just how good their team is at the moment as well. So it's basically an all-Premiership game. But like I say, the way that Chelsea have played recently, I think they're going to edge it. And I'm going to go for a 3-2 win for Chelsea once again there, which would be their third 3-2 in their last 4 games. So expect that one to be an entertaining one, but Chelsea coming out on top in the end. And then finally, the big one. Manchester United against Liverpool. Now, obviously, as you all know, I am a Manchester United fan. No shirt, scarf, etc. I am optimistic about this game, it has to be said, but I also have to be realistic for the purposes of this video. I definitely think Manchester United can win this game. I'm borderline confident Manchester United can win this game. However, there are so many factors going into this that are just unknown. Firstly, we don't know if Højlund's going to be fit. There are rumours that Wan-Bissaka and Mason Mount will at least be in the squad, and there's a lot of rumours suggesting Højlund may even start. Obviously, this is a Thursday morning, so we've not had Erik ten Hag's press conference yet, so we don't know for certain if those players are actually going to be available. On top of that, we also don't know what blooming attitude is going to turn up on that day. You'd hope, given it's Liverpool, it's going to be the absolute maximum. And also, we got the 0-0 draw away at Anfield earlier in the season. So we know what the strategy is going to be. It's going to be sit in, don't allow Liverpool to do their sort of like second ball thing of bombard and second balls and keep the pressure up. We're going to be sitting in and we're going to looking to hit those counter-attacks to Rashford, to Garnacho, hopefully to Højlund if he's available. And we've already proven this season that we can do it away at Anfield. So why can't we do it at Old Trafford and then nick a goal? So I am very, very tempted and I really want to put 1-0 Manchester United in this prediction. However, like I said, I have to be realistic and look at the performances in the last few weeks and go, we were awful against Fulham. We defended well against Manchester City until Johnny Evans went off injured. So that's a little bit of hope, but ultimately we were never going to win that game. And Manchester City did win us in the end. And then we were really poor against Everton and only won the game because Garnacho got fouled due to 2 very poor defensive Everton challenges, and our only other chance in that game was a free kick, also for a foul on Garnacho. Now, with the respect to the likes of Tarkowski and Godfrey and Mikalenko, they're not Robertson and Van Dijk, so I don't think Garnacho is going to be getting those sort of penalty and free kick opportunities against Liverpool at Old Trafford here. And also, Liverpool are playing fantastically at the moment. They had no right to beat Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final with the amount of youngsters that had to come into that side. They basically, for the same reasons, had no right to get a draw against Manchester City last week, but were actually the better team against Manchester City last week with a lot of their youngsters in the side. Granted, the likes of Salah are now back to relatively full fitness. The midfield 3 of McAllister, Soboslai and Endo are now back to fitness, so their team is getting better again. But that's also why they still have to be considered the favourites going into this. So ultimately, as much as I would love to think United can get the clean sheet, I'm going to go for 2-1 to Liverpool. Like I say, I believe United can win. I obviously want United to win. And up until Liverpool score, I am truly going to believe that Manchester United will win this match. However, like I say, for you guys, I have to be honest. I have to be realistic. And I think Liverpool edge it. And I'm going to go for 2-1 to Liverpool. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments section below. It's going to be an incredible weekend of FA Cup action. And like I say, tomorrow morning, we'll then cover all of the Premier League games taking place this weekend as well. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I will catch you tomorrow morning for those Premier League predictions.